Hello, my name is Tom, please. This is Vivian Green calling.
Hi, Vivian. This is Tom. How are you?
Hi, Tom. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. I can't complain.
Good. I appreciate you taking the time out for the interview.
Absolutely.
So, first off, I just want to talk to you about, football because I know you're a big fan, and I want to get your,
Yes, I
I want to
am.
get your analysis, if I could, on yesterday's games, and if I could get your Vivian Green picks for the Super Bowl.
Well, I don't know. I don't want to make any more predictions this year. I think that the Steelers most likely win, but you never know. I've seen some crazy things this season.
Hmm.
So I don't know. I'm just gonna watch and enjoy the game.
Okay. No, that's fair. That's fair. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm definitely a big fan of Mike Tomlin and the Steelers. A lot of talent,
Hmm.
on their team. They're an explosive team. They're like ballers. Defense is amazing. Um, my teams are the Saints and the Eagles, though. But of
Yeah.
course, there are other teams that I recognize and totally respect, and the Steelers is definitely one of them.
Hmm.
But I definitely also love Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
The way he finished the year is just really amazing. And he can scramble, so he's definitely hot right now too. So I
Hmm.
don't know. I don't know how it's gonna go. Most likely the Steelers, but
Okay.
you never know.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm here in New York, so I was hoping the Jets would pull it out, but unfortunately, it was a
Yeah,
good
I
game though.
was hoping they would too. I was hoping they would too. I didn't think they would have to play one another. I didn't think it would come down to that because when the Eagles and the Saints lost, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go for the Jets or the Steelers. Whoever goes either way. And it's like I didn't think that they would both be in the championship. I was like, oh man, I was
Hmm.
watching like, come on, Mark. And I was like, yeah, Ben.
Yeah.
I was like,
Wow.
so that was kind of funny. Yeah, but I was hoping that they would. If they would have pulled it, I would have been really, really happy.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh
yeah,
well,
yeah.
maybe next year. But
Yeah, next year. Let's see. Let's
so
see.
let's talk about your music now. You released.
Oh, man, my music boring.
All right, let's just talk about sports then. No, I'm just kidding. We gotta talk about your music because you make
I
amazing
know.
music.
Thank you.
Hmm.
Thank you.
I want to start with your album "Beautiful" that you released last year. How happy have you been with everything that's gone on since the release? And if you can put a letter grade towards everything that's happened, how would you rate it?
Oh, that's such a difficult question. Well, let's start with my part.
Okay.
The album that I made. I loved it. I thought that everyone involved did a fantastic job with what we were trying to do. But I am with a smaller label now, and I think the mistake that I made and we all made. I think everybody, myself, management, the label, with the direction of it. I just felt very free to kind of do what I felt like doing. And
Hmm.
I think that what I did definitely good. But I think that one that and not enough people knew it was out. So I think that's definitely a
Yeah.
major issue. And the second thing is, I think a lot of my fans wanted me to do, I guess, more soulful music or something.
Hmm.
And that album was definitely more of like R&B, pop, direction. Not well. My first album, I think, was definitely like a soul. Then it had like a little pop R&B, accents here and there. But I guess the underlying musical theme of it was soul, but with the R&B pop. But I think Beautiful didn't have the soul element.
Hmm.
So I think maybe for like Called Up or something, there's like one song or two. So I think that the fans wanted to hear that. But first and foremost, again, so many people didn't even know that came out.
Hmm.
So, I don't know if the end result would have been different if it was promoted better and we had a better setup, but, instead of throwing it out there like kind of did, and it's just rushed out without the proper setup and not. All my fans definitely still don't know that it's out. I still get tweets today like, when's the next album? I love Joy and Vivian. I'm like, oh, well, there it was third.
Yeah.
So, the music business is what it is, and you have to take it for what it is, and you can't allow yourself to be disappointed, you just got to keep it moving, and be blessed that you can keep it moving and make another record and try to
Yeah.
do something different the next time. So,
Yeah.
but I loved it, so.
Okay.
And it was definitely my happiest record to date, so
Yeah.
I'm happy that I can say that, for everyone who says I'm, Male Fashion Angry Lady. Here's an album, and I mean, and it's definitely, most of the songs in there are totally positive, so,
Yeah.
hey.
Yeah. Well,
On to the next one.
yeah. Would you say now that with that feedback you received from your fans and all that, you would use that towards your next album and maybe go in a different direction? Or tell me about that.
I think, but the thing is, the fans that have it,
Hmm.
they love it. It's just that so many fans don't have it. But I don't know if maybe they don't have it because they heard it is different, or you never know. So it's definitely, you have to definitely attribute the end result to the the lack of promotion and people not even knowing it was out, and also the fact that the sound was definitely different. So I'm not sure which one weighs more. But the fans that do have beautiful, they seem to love it. But it's just not enough fans that do have it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Okay,
yeah.
makes sense. I read something interesting on your bio that you had your younger brother, who's a rapper, help you out with the writing on this album. How did you get
Yeah.
him to come into that R&B zone, out of that rapping zone, and help to write on like love songs and all that?
It was really easy for him. It seemed to be such an easy transition. Writing a rhyme that's not like one of those, I guess, unstructured freestyle type rhymes from start to finish. Like a rhyme will usually have a verse and a hook and you know what I mean? So it was really easy for him to do. And he can sing a little bit, so it's not like it was like the musical part was so foreign to him.
Mm-hmm.
He really just kind of jumped in, and I'm like, okay, let's write a verse,
Yeah.
With the most that we fussed about was probably, some words that he would say in a rhyme, like Solomon, I'm not singing it. Like, first of all, I cannot pull it off because I'm too corny, and even if I could, it's so uncharacteristic of me as an artist, so let's not do that.
Oh.
He's I'm 9 years older than he is, so, he knows all the slang, all the, you know what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
stuff that, come on, he's not going to really say.
Yeah.
So I can't pull it off singing it. Besides that, I think he did an awesome job, and he's already started helping with this one as well, so
Okay.
he's really talented. So I hope that this one, that he will have, the single, the single that is put out will be one that he wrote on with me. I hope so this time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this one is just more recognized, so his songs can be recognized. I think he did a really good job.
Yeah. Cool. So now, talk to me about, because I know you're a single parent and, you're raising a special needs child. How has that affected your career, your music career?
It definitely has. I had to put it on the back burner, for a minute, and that's why there were so many years between Vivian and Beautiful, because not only did I leave Sony, that was one thing, but the big thing, as if that's not big enough, was that my son was definitely going through a lot at that time as far as his health, and we were in and out of the hospital, and this surgery and that surgery, and fighting with doctors, and I really had to just halt everything, and it was definitely not the easiest thing, having such a long hiatus between albums, so my career suffered some, but like, you got to keep it moving. I'm just glad that I am somewhere and I can make another record and just keep moving.
Yeah.
So, but I don't take back I wouldn't take back any of the time that I had to take off. That's what's most important.
Yeah.
And I just have a really great spiritual foundation as well. So I can't let career things get me too, get my panties in a bunch, because you just can't. Like, you have to be able to persevere through all things, and life is full of ups and downs, and got to keep it moving.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, on that second album, Vivian, you had some high charting singles on the urban adult contemporary charts, but unfortunately, it got rave reviews as well, but, the sales the sales might have not been where they should have been. Was that kind of frustrating for you?
No, again, like, I can't I don't get into that, because I just can't, I can't let that govern my moods, and
Yeah.
I can't let it, and I won't, and I never have. So no, it really didn't. I don't know. I guess at this point, I'm not sure what it did. Maybe almost 400. I would have been completely and totally happy as Beautiful did the same numbers as Vivian. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I really wouldn't. So I don't think that it was necessarily bad. It was during the time of the whole transition of the internet kind of taken over, and people really don't buy albums like they used to. Maybe a love story would have sold 2 million copies, 15 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So every year people are buying less and less records, so the numbers are like cut in half. Where Beyonce would have sold 20 million albums on all her solo records. She did nowhere near that, but she would have, if it was 20 years ago. So it's just, you just have to definitely look at it like that, because that is so important. That is a major factor of why sales are not what they used to be when I was, a little girl and I wanted to be a singer. It's just a completely different business model now, so you have to look at it that way. And again, if Beautiful did what Vivian did, I would have been completely happy with it, so happy with the success of it. So, Beautiful, Vivian didn't do what Love Story did. Okay, that's fine. We just got to keep it moving.
Yeah.
That's just most important. And I definitely put my heart and soul into that album. James Poyser produced most of it. I think he did an awesome job. So, what the music business is like, it's just a business where there are no guarantees. Like, it's just, you never know what's going to happen,
Yeah.
All you can do is put your best work into it.
Yeah. Okay. So you mentioned earlier, you had already started a little bit on the new album. Do you have plans to release that? When do you have to plan to release that one?
Oh, yeah, that's going to definitely be this year. So I hope to be done really soon. Hope to be done in a couple months, actually. So I'm just going to keep it moving, Beautiful was last year. Let's put another album out the very next year. I've never done that before. All 3 of my albums have been pretty spaced. So this will be the first time that, okay, we have another album in a consecutive year. So that'll be great. And that's absolutely what everyone's shooting for. And I don't take long to make a record, so there's really no reason why it won't happen.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have any tentative name for the album yet, or no?
No, not yet. I usually figure that out when I know, the songs that are going to definitely make it. Because there's always songs that don't make it. And once we get the songs that are definitely going to make it, and we get them in the proper order, and I can kind of feel the flow of the record, then I start to think of what I should call it, So I don't know at this point. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I was reading in your bio, you've collaborated with another Philly native and a personal favorite of mine, Music Soul Child. What song or songs did you work on with him, and what was it like working with him?
Oh no, we actually toured together. We never actually did anything in the studio together.
Okay. Yeah. What was it like, going on tour with him?
Oh, it's great. He's great and pretty easygoing.
Yeah.
We just have a good time. City to city every night. It was pretty cool. He's a cool guy. All of us really artists are though. So.
Yeah. Okay. Tell me about another collaboration you did. That's the song with Guru, "Fine and Free," which was the cover song. I don't think it was ever released officially, but what was it like doing that song?
Well, yeah, as a single, it wasn't, but it was on the album. It was kind of cool. I talked to him over the phone because he was overseas, so we actually never met. So when he passed away, he which was really sweet, really gracious, and just told me to just do what I felt really. So we did it, and sent it back to him. He loves the internet, so great. And he heard it and was like, "It's great." So I was like, "All right, great." I guess that's it. It was really easy and really easy.
Cool.
And fun, yeah.
So
that was the first time I ever sang on like a hip hop hook.
Yeah.
So that was cool. I would like to do more.
Oh, would you? Okay. Who are some, tell me some rappers you'd like to maybe sing a hook for in the future or work with or something.
I would love to sing a hook for Kanye. Oh, that would be the best ever because I love him. I think he's so talented, ridiculously talented. That would be so awesome if I could.
Cool.
If that ever happened.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you about a personal favorite song of yours that I love, and that's "What Is Love." I was reading that it only reached number 75 on the charts, R&B charts, and I was just wondering, how could that be? Because that song to me is so amazing. And
it was never officially released as a single, so
yeah, I don't know. I saw you perform it live at BB King's in New York, and it just brought it into a whole new element for me, and your fans were requesting it, in the crowd, and it was just, I don't know. I think that song, I really liked it a lot. I wish more people would have had a chance to hear it who didn't,
I think it definitely is a lot of the fans, favorite, definitely. A lot of people's favorite. I think it's a great song. Eric Roberson, and I wrote that song. He's an amazing songwriter. So, it seems every song I did with him was pretty pretty great.
Yeah. Okay.
I was emotional roller coaster. So yeah, and we're gonna work again on this record too. As a matter of fact.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love the show. I was actually gonna ask you about the show because you came out and did a couple encores. The fans were calling for you. You really got the crowd involved as well. Talk to me about what you try to do with your live shows and how you get the crowd so engaged.
Yeah, there was one time, I think it was in Virginia, I kind of just walked out into that. It's an easier stage to walk off of, and then a little staircase in the front. I kind of just walked down, and I was just like going through the audience, like asking them questions, and it just really went over really well.
Hmm.
And I was like, wow, I should really start doing that at every show. At the stage, I don't want to like have to leave the stage and come around because I think every second is so important in the show to not have like dead air. So DJ, who is like my biggest fan on the planet,
Yeah.
and I've actually befriended him because like he's my biggest fan on the planet, and so I figured that it would be a cool thing for him to just conduct the Q&A instead of me walking down there because it was his birthday and all that, so it was kind of cool.
Hmm.
But it was fun, and I definitely like to hear people's questions. Sometimes it's not the question that I want, but I want it to be I want them to be like really like personal questions, like about me, not necessarily about me as a singer, which is fine because I know people want to know those kind of things. But I want people to ask like, what's your favorite color? Or where do you drive? Or like that kind of stuff, like silly stuff, like. But most of the time it's I heard you work with Jill Scott, and it's like, oh, I've heard that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that one before. Like one time, someone said, "What's your boyfriend's name?" I'm like, "Yes, that's the kind of question that I want." Like, oh, what's your sign? And that kind of stuff is like just fun stuff to kind of let them get to know me like person. It's definitely more fun with questions like that. But
Yeah.
all right. I answered them all.
Yep. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yeah, I definitely enjoyed that show. I go to a lot of shows covering them, and that was definitely one of the better ones I've been to. And I don't just say that. I really did enjoy that.
Oh, thank you.
No, definitely.
Thank you so much.
So, yeah, that's all the questions I had for you. Is there anything you'd like to add?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm not good enough. I know I can talk.
No, but
well, thank you so much.
no problem. I really appreciate you taking the time for the interview, and I wish you the best of luck with this new album and best of luck with things in the future. I'm definitely going to help try to spread the word about you because people need to know about you and hear your music and know that the albums are coming out. So I'm going to try my best to, help with that.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
Great. Thanks so much, Vivian.
Thanks for coming on to this show. I appreciate it.
No problem. Take care.
All right.